Hey everyone, so if at any point in the video you enjoy what you see, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with the post notifications on. But all that aside, I hope you enjoy the video. So the other day, Jake Paul uploaded a video titled Confronting Internet Bully Cody Ko. And I know you hear the name Jake Paul and you immediately want to click off of this video, and I don't really blame you. I'm kind of tired of this guy. There's a reason why I don't really talk about him that much anymore, because I just don't really care about him. But in today's video, we aren't really going to be focusing in on Jake Paul. Rather, we are going to be taking Jake Paul's video and kind of using it as a discussion to talk about something a lot bigger. Allow me to explain. So as I mentioned, Jake Paul uploaded a video in which he confronted a YouTuber by the name of Cody Ko. Cody Ko, if you are unfamiliar, is a 28-year-old commentary YouTuber who currently sits at 2.5 million subscribers, which, if you didn't know, it is a lot of subscribers. His content mainly consists of him finding cringy things on the internet and basically making videos pointing out the absurdity of those things. Kind of making jokes about the content and being like, hey, why is this stuff so popular? And just kind of pointing out its overall absurdity. Now me, for one, I'm not a frequent watcher of Cody Ko because I mainly watch smaller YouTubers, support smaller YouTubers, gang. That was really cringy, I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't really watch too many bigger creators, but I do occasionally watch Cody Ko's content, and I do enjoy it. And by me watching him kind of off and on, I've kind of come to the decision that his content isn't really malicious. Like, it's not really, like, it doesn't really seem bad. It just seems like he finds some other person's content, gives his authentic reaction, gives it some criticism, but in the process, making jokes about it. So to understand as to why Jake Paul is so upset, Cody has reacted to some of Jake Paul's videos several times. Because let's be honest, Jake Paul is the gift that keeps on giving when it comes to commentary YouTube channels. I've made several videos on this guy, especially when he was in the peak of his nonsense in mid-2017 and 2018. None of the stuff that Cody was saying about Jake really seemed that bad. It just seemed like the usual jokes that everyone else was making about Jake Paul and the usual criticism everybody else was making about Jake Paul. It didn't seem like, I don't know, it didn't seem bad. Now, apparently, Jake Paul is a changed man, I guess. It's 2019, and now he's looking to tackle big issues, such as cyberbullying. And don't get me wrong, I fully support his venture towards cyberbullying. I understand he has a really horrible past, and he's not really one to talk about these types of things, but if he believes he's a changed man, and if he believes he can confront cyberbullying, you know, go ahead and do that. The problem is I don't think Jake Paul knows what cyberbullying is. So briefly, we're going to take a look at the video Jake made, and trust me, we're not going to be playing the entire thing because I don't want to sit through that, and I know you don't want to sit through that. But basically, we're going to watch the video of Jake confronting Cody Ko and trying to cancel him for being a bully.
There's a douchebag named Cody Ko, and we are about to f*** his life up.
So this video is essentially Jake Paul saying how cyberbullying is bad, yet in the very first sentence, Jake Paul literally cyberbullies Cody Ko. Like, Jake, do you need a definition of cyberbullying? Calling someone a D-bag and saying that you want to mess with their life? I'm pretty sure that's cyberbullying.
To confront, like, one of my biggest haters, 28-year-old wannabe comedian Cody Ko. But this guy, Cody Ko, is a bully. He's a cyber bully. Ko has made probably like 10 videos now and dozens of tweets.
So as you can see, Jake does not really appreciate the jokes that Cody has made about him, which I personally find kind of weird because Jake Paul essentially made his career off of people criticizing him. Think about all the commentary YouTubers, think about all the fans, think about even me, all of the people who have been making jokes about this guy, criticizing this guy. That just gives him even more popularity. I really don't know where he would be if everyone just stopped talking about him. Like, do you think he would still be succeeding on the platform? So then Jake Paul proceeds to show an example of when Cody Ko has bullied him and his brother.
If you don't know, his fan base, he's dubbed them Jake Paulers. Creative. He came out with a song, a new song. They both come out with songs, actually. Logan's, I watched that one. He's dressed up as a minion. I don't know who the f made that call.
So as you can see, Cody Ko made a joke about Logan Paul dressing up as a minion and how nobody likes minions. Like, it was a pretty funny joke, you know, objectively looking at it. But then listen to Jake's response to this.
I can't imagine, like, being a human and having this much hatred inside. Like, You have to belittle somebody so much.
Dude, he made fun of your brother wearing a Minion costume. How is that? What? How? Why? I'm honestly speechless. How are you offended by that? It's clearly a joke. Like, how is this the straw that broke the camel's back? How is this the thing that makes you want to upload this video? It's a joke about your brother wearing a Minion costume. So then Jake decides to confront Cody Ko, and I'm gonna just put a cringe warning here. It's pretty cringy.
You're kids, bro. I don't like that.
Which kids?
I don't like cyberbullies, and you're a cyberbully.
But that's all I'm going to really show from that. If you want to see the entire link, you can find that on YouTube somewhere. Essentially, Jake Paul's point is that Cody Ko is making this content where he makes fun of other people's stuff, and he should be using that. Instead of spreading negativity, he should be spreading positivity. And this brings up a good discussion to be had. At least I thought it kind of was. I don't know. You probably don't care. Which is, are commentary channels cyberbullying, and are they spreading too much negativity? Should they be putting their work into making positive content? So commentary channels, if you are unfamiliar, are essentially people who pick a topic or video and they basically give their input on it. Now, usually if you are a commentary channel and you make commentary videos, you are going to be critical of the things that you talk about, because there's no point of reacting or talking about a topic if you agree on everything with it. That's not a really entertaining video. So to me, commentary YouTubers, what they do is they take popular stuff such as Instagram comedy or TikTok, which I think we all agree are kind of the worst forms of content on social media. So what they do is point out the absurdity, like, hey, it's kind of insane how stuff like this is popular, and then making a few jokes about it, and then they kind of move on with their lives. In my opinion, the whole point of making videos about TikTok or Instagram comedy isn't to bully those people who make those types of content, is to point out, hey, this stuff isn't very good, and why is stuff like this so popular, and why do people find this so funny? And I feel like it's usually not malicious, and I understand there are some commentary YouTubers who are probably really mean and just kind of bullies. But for the most part, I feel like commentary YouTubers don't really have any malicious intent. Now, as you people know, on here, I occasionally make commentary videos. The reason why I occasionally make these videos is because I like to have my voice heard on certain topics. I have this platform, so why not use it to voice my opinion? So I've made videos where I talk about YouTubers who are selling bad merch, influencers lying to their fans, creators doing really bad things, Prank Invasion kissing his sister, and I want people to hear what I have to say about these certain topics and issues. And I will say, sometimes I do hate what other creators are doing. For example, I didn't like how Corinna Koff was profiting off of anxiety. I thought that was a pretty crappy thing to do. I also didn't like how Instagram models were lying to their fans about iPhone giveaways. I didn't really appreciate that. But that being said, that doesn't mean I hate these people. It just means I'm critical of these actions. So those types of videos are me finding things that creators do and kind of criticizing them because I think they deserve to be called out on it. Then there's kind of another form of commentary, which I occasionally do, which is taking someone else's content and kind of criticizing it. And that's the kind of content that Cody Ko makes. He finds cringy videos on the internet and kind of criticizes it. Now, as I mentioned, I occasionally do this. I don't do it too much anymore. For example, I made several videos on the Backpack Kid because me personally, I thought it was absurd that the Backpack Kid was becoming a singer and that he was on Genius and all that stuff. I thought it was kind of ridiculous. But the problem I ran into is with me, I thought I was being way too harsh on the kid. And those videos about the Backpack Kid did really well. A lot of people seemed to enjoy them. They got a lot of views and I got a lot of supportive comments from you people. But I didn't really feel right making it because I thought I went too hard on the kid. So I decided to take the videos down because I thought it did not represent me well and I thought I went too hard on him. Now that being said, there are videos out there of people making lighthearted videos about the Backpack Kid and kind of criticizing him and stuff like that, and they're not mean. I also made a video in which I talked about TikTok stars and how they were making music. Now this video is still up on my channel. Basically the point of this video was to point out how TikTok stars, you know, the app where they just lip sync, were able to get into music even though they started off their career by lip syncing. And the point of that video was to point out how there are talented artists out there who are going undiscovered when you have people who just lip sync who are able to get a music career. And I was just pointing out how I found that ridiculous. The purpose of that video was not to bully the TikTok stars, and I thought I made that really clear. So for me, my criteria is if I'm talking about someone else's content and I'm going way too in on them and it gets to the point of bullying, I don't think it's appropriate, and I'll take the video down, and I've done that several times with other videos as well. But if you're criticizing what someone is doing or the content they're making while making jokes and keeping it lighthearted, I don't think there's too much wrong with that. I've had several people reach out to me after I made videos on them, and they told me that the videos I made were actually funny. For example, I made a video on the Gotta Cringe, and he said he enjoyed my video and that he agreed to do an interview with me. Also, I made a video kind of criticizing Instagram models, how they were just showing off their six-pack and saying how it's ridiculous how Instagram models were getting popular for essentially just being hot. And I had one of the Instagram models who I mentioned in my video actually reach out to me, and I had a conversation with him, and I think he's a really cool guy. I also had made a video about Sebastian Bales, and he had told me he had watched my video as well. And if I'm being honest, I wouldn't really mind if someone made a video on me. Now, you could find a lot bigger YouTubers to talk about. Like, I don't know why you would talk about me of all people. Like, if you do a video on me, you probably won't get many views because I'm kind of irrelevant. But if you're a YouTuber making a video on me, and if you have valid criticism and you make some funny jokes, preferably not making fun of my appearance because I'm very insecure. But if you're able to do that, I'd be okay with that, honestly. And I do appreciate what Jake was trying to do and start a conversation about commentary channels, but I think he definitely went about it in the wrong way, and especially picking Cody Ko of all people. Like, that guy doesn't really seem malicious. But that's all I pretty much have to say in today's video. Here is today's comment of the day. In order to be comment of the day, all you have to do is leave a comment that I kind of enjoy. So I guess my question to you is, what do you think about all this? What do you think about commentary channels in general? Do you think there's a clear line between bullying and criticism? Do you think commentary channels are too negative, or do you think they're just offering criticism? I really want to know your thoughts, so please leave them in the comments down below, and I'll be picking some of my favorite to feature in the next video. But that's all I pretty much have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you next time.
Be so easy to